So I started to do this video, which I'm going to. The trade war begins. Trump announces a 20% tariff on Canadian softwood lumber imports. The Canadian dollar versus the US dollar right now is terrible. And just to give you an idea, 74 cents. It's 74 cents to our dollar. Terrible. But we just made things a little bit worse, and their dollar did dive a little bit when the announcement came by putting tariffs now. We're going to charge 20%. So Trump is doing one of the things he said he would do. However, what did Lindsey Williams' friend say a long time ago that would happen? Currency wars, trade wars, or maybe it was Gerald Celente that said it in that order. Currency wars, trade wars, real wars. However, I started, it's a Zero Hedge article, Zero Hedge. And I was like, wait a minute, I thought there was also another article that an angry Canada responds to Trump's lumber tariff and what it means for the economy, which I want to read both of those, both Zero Hedge, because the first article, I said, yeah, that's worth doing a video on. But then the second article came out later because they got a response. Well, at least we got a response, as in America, from Canada. So I was like, yeah, I think I did see that. So I went back to Zero Hedge, like just now. And what is this? What is this nonsense? What is this, another headline? It's too short to do a video on, but it's absolutely perfect for me to just go ahead and throw in here as a bonus. You remember Fannie and Freddie? Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac? Fannie introduces innovative solutions, allowing student debt-laden millennials to buy a home. The same ones who can't afford to pay off their loans, student loans, we now want to give you a house so you can have to pay back a massive mortgage and your student loans. Are we serious right now? Am I serious? Oh, I'm deadly serious. So what do you do when a massive student loan bubble results in crippling leverage for an entire generation of your population, rendering them financially unqualified to obtain a mortgage financing and their God-given right to a slice of the American dream? Well, you simply change the rules to allow mortgage lenders to ignore all that pesky student debt. Anything less would simply be evil and potentially racist, sexist, and all sorts of other ist words. Luckily, Fannie Mae is right on top of the issue. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, right? And has just released new rules. Wow. Allowing millennial borrowers to, among other things, simply exclude student loans, credit cards, and auto loans that are paid by someone else. Wink, wink, wink. Oh yeah, those debts. My father and mother helped me pay those. Let me give you another wink, wink. Sir, how much money do you make a year to qualify? We got to find out if you qualify for this house. By the way, I'm going back in time to 2005 and 6. Sir, you have a job? Yes, I do. How much do you make there? How much do I need to make there? Well, to qualify for this house, you need to make $85,000. I make $87,000. Just sign here, sir. Thanks a lot. You're approved. You're not going to check and verify if I even have a job? Nope. Your credit says I don't even need to do that. Your credit's good enough that I don't have to check. Ninja loan, here you go. No income, no job. Here's your house. So again, how much do you make again, sir? Me? 85K. Wink, wink. Okay. What is Fannie Mae? Essentially a government-run entity now that we've taken over. Taken over Fannie and Freddie practically. Let me read that last one. The new solution gives homeowners the opportunity to... Oh, wait a minute. No, wrong one. New rules allowing millennial borrowers to, among other things, simply exclude student loans, credit cards, and auto loans that are paid by someone else, wink, wink, when applying for a new mortgage. As an added benefit, taxpayer-subsidized mortgage loans can also now be used to repay student debt. Hooray for taxpayers, baby. Fannie Mae announced new policies that will help more borrowers with student loan debt qualify for a home loan. These innovations address challenges and obstacles to home ownership due to a significant increase in student loan debt over the past decade and provide access to credit for qualified borrowers. And believe me, you're qualified. The new solution gives homeowners the opportunity to pay down student debt with a mortgage refinance, allow borrowers to exclude non-mortgage debt paid by others as part of the loan application process, and make it more likely for borrowers with student debt to qualify for a mortgage loan by allowing lenders to accept student debt payments included on credit reports. Student loan cash out refinance offers homeowners the flexibility to pay off high interest rate student debt while potentially refinancing to a lower mortgage interest rate. Like, I just want to get an equity line of credit. I want to put some new cabinets, countertops, remodel one of my bathrooms. Okay, sir, how you doing? In the future, yeah, I'd like to pay down my student loan debt. Can I get a refi on my mortgage? Equity line of credit? Debt paid by others widens borrower eligibility to qualify for a home loan by excluding from the borrower's debt to income ratio non-mortgage debt, such as credit cards, auto loans, and student loans paid by someone else. What other debt would someone have that would not? A car loan? Pretty much any millennial I know is going to have a car loan. Credit cards? Yeah, check that one off. Everybody has credit cards. Student loans? Not necessarily everyone, but enough people. So everything in the world that a creditor would want to know, do you have any of these things? These are the main ones. Do you have a credit card? Do you have a car loan? We just don't have to really look at that stuff. Just tell us on paper, just sign this. Someone else is paying that for you. Have a nice day. Quote, we understand the significant role that a monthly student loan payment plays in a potential home buyer's consideration to take on a mortgage, and we want to be a part of that solution, said Jonathan Lawless. That's a good last name. Lawless, Vice President of Customer Solutions at Fannie Mae. Jonathan Lawless. These new policies provide 3 flexible payment solutions to future and current homeowners and, in turn, allow lenders to serve more borrowers. Well, guess what will be coming next? Oh, you had a foreclosure? Yeah, we normally wait 3 years, which now they'll let you go by in 2 years. If you can prove you can have the money and whatever the issue was before, you're not going to have that happen again. We can let you slide in 2 years. It'll probably be down to a year. Sooner or later, foreclosure a year ago? No problem, we'll get you back in a new house. We just need somebody in there paying this. Somebody in there spending money on this. Anyways, trade war begins. Trump announces 20% tariff on Canadian softwood imports, lumber imports. Speaking during a first-of-its-kind meeting dedicated only to members of the U.S. conservative media, including Breitbart News, OANN, Daily Caller, President Trump told reporters to expect a 20% tariff on softwood lumber coming in to Canada. I think coming from Canada. We're going to be putting a 20% tax on softwood lumber coming in. Tariff on softwood coming into the United States from Canada, tweeted Charlie Sperling of Breitbart Media. Trey Yinks of OANN tweeted that, according to Trump, Canada has treated us very unfairly and also threatened a tax on Canada's dairy industry. According to the Wall Street Journal, Wilbur Ross said the tariff would be applied retroactively and imposed on Canadian exports to the U.S. of about $5 billion a year. He said the dispute centers on Canadian provinces that have been allegedly allowing loggers to cut down trees at reduced rates and sell them at low prices. So, of course, Canada's not real happy about that. After last night's announcement of 20% tariffs on softwood lumber imports from Canada, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, complete leftist liberal in case you didn't know that, lashed out at the Trump administration, saying the U.S. could suffer from a thickening border as trade tensions between the two countries escalated, sending the Canadian currency to a 14-month low. As a reminder, the United States announced it would impose preliminary anti-subsidy duties averaging 20% on imports of Canada softwood lumber. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross said on Monday, escalating a long-running trade dispute between the two neighbors. The move, which affects some $5.66 billion worth of imports of the construction material, sets a tense tone as the two countries and Mexico prepared to negotiate the 23-year-old NAFTA agreement, North American Free Trade Agreement. Speaking to a technology company in Ontario, Trudeau said, or was it Trudeau? Trudeau or Trudeau? You did or you didn't? A do or a don't? Trudeau. Said he would defend the national interest. What's that? Standing up for Canada's interest is what my job is, whether it's softwood or software, he said, prompting applause and cheers. But wait a minute, Trump said that about the United States and he gets booed. No, that's a terrible idea. We need more 408, H1B, whatever, H1B visa stuff. We need more of those coming in. No, Trump, don't do that. But he said he was for America first. Oh, the left booed him. The left booed him. Liberal left booed Donald Trump when he said that. And we have a textbook definition of a left liberal leader from Canada. Standing up for Canada's interest is what my job is. Whether it's softwood or software, he said, prompting applause and cheers. Sir, did you really mean that? Are you sure you really meant it? Because your kind, left liberals, are against that. You want open borders and cheap workforce labor coming in. Doesn't matter if it kills your people's jobs and everything else. No, it doesn't matter. So Donald Trump is saying, no, we in this country, we want to make America first, or he does in his government, the Trump government, Trump administration. We want America first, and we're, as he said, we're going to look at all these trade agreements, and if it's not right for America, we're pulling out, we're revamping it, we're doing something. Oh, you can't do that. And then look who comes out. Little Yappy, Justin Trudeau. Yappy, yap, 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 yap. Applause. But that's the first applause he's gotten in God knows how long. Take one out of Trump's book, I guess. You cannot thicken this border without hurting people on both sides of it. Any two countries are going to have issues that will be irritants to the relationship. And, quite frankly, have a good constructive working relationship allows us to work through those irritants. An irritant. Now, an irritant is like, I think I freaking poison ivy or oak or something, man. It's freaking irritating the hell out of my back. That's an irritant. Having border issues with your neighbor, trade deal agreements, and, fights, that's not an irritant. That's economic doom. And that's what I cover. Trust me, I know. Elsewhere, Canada's Natural Resources Minister, Jim Carr, said the U.S. move to set tariffs on softwood lumber shipments are an unfair and unwarranted trade action. Maybe unfair to you, but if he wants to make America great again and bring back jobs and stuff to America where we can cut our lumber and sell it and export it, then it might, it'll be good for us, but it won't be good for you. So I can understand your concern. But let me just, size of Canada's economy. Canada has the 10th nominal or 17th largest economy in the world, measured in U.S. dollars at market exchange rates. So 10th nominal or 17th largest PPP economy, size of USA's economy. Go back to Wikipedia. United States is the world's largest national economy in nominal terms and second largest according to the PPP, which is the Purchasing Power Parity, representing 22% of nominal global GDP. So listen, Canada, Mr. Trudeau, you can stomp your feet all you want about how it's unfair, but when the powerhouse nation next to you, who has made things fair for you all these years because of a liberal New World Order type of mentality group, and all of you are included, gets overthrown and a new guy comes in and says, that's not fair to our country. It's fair to everybody else, but not fair to us. You're not going to have a choice but to do whatever he says, which basically you actually have three choices. Accept it, respect it, and get over it. Because there's nothing you can do. Unless Trump flip-flops on an epic proportions. Trade deal, canceling what I originally said. Yeah, we're just going to leave it the way it is. Border wall, never going to happen. I'm reneging on that. Obamacare repeal, replace. You know what? We're just going to forget that for now. You know what I mean? If those things start happening, then Mr. Trudeau, you're going to have the way it was. But if you were going to have it the way it was, why would I be reading this right now? And why would you be pissed off right now? And why would you be taking a line out of Trump's textbook that you don't even mean, kind of? I'm doing this for the Canadian people. It's just, yeah, sure. Again, the mainstream media can't stand this, guys. The power structure still doesn't seem to like him. So I understand they're saying, oh, did he flip-flop on the Syria and the war stuff? And if he does, why do they still hate him? Again, we gotta wait. Gotta sit back and wait a little bit and see. Take care.